Hmm. So nice to see you on this sunny morning. How lovely. So yeah, let's start off as we often do, lying down, just finding our space. Straight away, as soon as I lie down, I feel my breath change. Nice deep breaths to just welcome this practice, to welcome yourself to the practice. As maybe you stretch and wriggle around and ease yourself into whatever space feels right for you. Finding the right posture for you this morning. Maybe noticing a sense of change, of shift as we ease ourselves into spring for the day. Just noticing what that's like. Bending through the knees if your lower back is uncomfortable, or allowing the legs to come out straight, separating the feet. And allowing the feet to flop out to the side, so there's no holding on, the feet aren't sticking up, they're really opening out to the sides. And as you do that, you might feel that in your hips and your lower back, around your sacroiliac joints, those joints that are quite flat feeling in your lower back. So you might just want to have a little play around with that, the feet up, and then what it's like to just let the little toes come down towards the floor. And then with the arms down by the sides, wriggling the shoulders away from the ears, turning the palms up to the ceiling. It's paying attention to the posture. It's just such an important part of our practice. Our body can help to set the intention for practice. That sense of getting onto your mat, into this familiar space, tuning into what your body needs right now in this moment. And not just sort of landing and being still. It might be that you feel like you want to wriggle a little bit more, to just find a place that's 10% more comfortable, more supportive. Checking in with the neck. I'm just sort of wobbling my head from side to side to enable my chin to come down a little bit more, lengthening along the back of the neck. And as you take some long, deep breaths in and out, checking in with where you might be holding on to some tension. I just noticed some in my left thumb. And as I breathe out, feeling the opportunity to release, to let go of the areas of tension that we become aware of, that we shine a light onto. So doing that a few times, that deep breath in and then maybe sighing the breath out. Feeling the connection with the earth and allowing gravity to enable your body to sink down and be supported by the earth, by the surface beneath you. And rather like taking a torch around, looking in the darkness, doing that with your mind's eye through the body, inside the body, just looking out for areas of discomfort, of holding patterns, which might be manifesting in a physical way. We might be noticing it more energetically And allowing the soothing sensations of the breath to start to ease into those areas to enable flow. Flowing with the breath, flowing with the energies, shifting around the body. Paying attention to the muscles on the face, a place where often we're holding. And we just don't notice that. So around the forehead and the eyes, the jaw. Maybe just give the jaw a little movement, the lower jaw from side to side. And just see if there's any tension there. Noticing the sensations of the tongue. Allowing it to soften, to release. Sensing the scalp. The weight of the head. Letting the weight of the head really be supported by the ground. Perhaps the head's resting on a cushion or a pillow. Surrendering, allowing. Being with whatever's here for you in this moment. A sense of kindness. And then starting to deepen the breath a little and allowing the body to move with awareness, which is quite different maybe to movements you've done already this morning. So really having a sense of maybe the toes rubbing together or the thumb just moving along the pads of the fingers, the fingertips around the nails. Noticing what it's like to become aware of these smaller movements and how the sensations seem to be magnified as we pay attention. And then maybe making the movements bigger, taking you into a yawn and a stretch. Oh. Pushing the heels, lengthening through the spine, pointing the toes. That's just easing from one side to the other. I like to do that after a little relaxation. So pushing the left heel away, stretching the arms, the hands over to the right side. Feel the opening down through the waist, the rib cage. Creating space for the lungs. And then over the other way, pushing the right heel, taking the hands to the left. Feeling the breath coming into the lungs, really inflating them as much as you can. Doing that again, each side. One side and the other. And then gently bringing the arms back down, bending the knees if they're still outstretched. Perhaps tipping the pelvis a little bit so that the lower back is connected to the ground and you can feel most of the spine supported by the earth. Just being aware of how that is for you. Bringing the feet hip distance apart. We're just resting the hands on your lower abdomen, elbows on the floor, so sort of at the top of your legs and the lower part of the belly, the abdomen, and take a breath in. As you breathe out, drawing in through the pelvic floor, tipping the pelvis, just pressing down a little on the exhale, and as you breathe in again, allowing the pelvis to return back to neutral, feeling the rise of the belly with the in-breath. Your head's on a pillow, a cushion, maybe taking that away to allow the spine to move, to flex and stretch. Noticing if there's any tension in the shoulders and releasing that. And on the next exhalations, pressing down into the feet a little, lifting the lower back just gently off the floor so you're not coming off too far. And we're going to just rock the pelvis from side to side, rather like you're lying in a hammock. So just pressing up with your right hip on the exhale, breathing in, coming back to the center, breathing out, going over to the left. So both knees stay pointing up towards the ceiling, shoulders are grounded, the head's on the floor, and you're literally just rocking the pelvis, just as if you're sitting in a hammock on a summer's day, just easing from side to side, keeping the knees completely still and pointing upwards. So it's just the pelvis that's rocking from side to side. So if you can take it a little bit further, so the left side of the body comes up towards the ceiling and then the right side comes up. The knees stay static, they're not moving at all, they're just pointing up to the ceiling all the time, and it's just the middle part of your body that's moving. Nice. And then slowly down and give your knees a hug. I give you lots of instructions because I can't really see what you're doing. So just holding onto the knees and then crossing the ankles and having a rock from one side to the other. Nice and gently does it. Just checking in with the shoulders, relaxing them down. And then easing that away, having a lovely long stretch, lengthening through the spine. Now we're going to roll over into prone position. So rolling over onto your tummy. Rest your one hand on top of the other. And the forehead on the hands. So nice breaths in and out, feeling the belly expand on the in-breath and softening back on the out-breath. And then you can start to just rock the pelvis with that. So as you breathe in, the tailbone coming up a little bit. And as you breathe out, drawing through the pelvic floor, tummy button to the base of the spine and the tailbone down towards the heels. Just noticing what it feels like, drawing in that pelvic floor as tightly as you possibly can. And then release. And then gently release that and come up onto your elbows. Just rest your chin on your hands, looking out in front of you. Feeling the lower back soften and release. Just taking care of the lower back. And we're going to go into slightly stronger back bend and ease ourselves into cobra. So coming down, back down onto the forehead, elbows tucked into the sides. The legs are beautifully parallel. Take a breath in as you breathe out, lengthening through the spine, looking forward, coming on up, pressing into the hands. Shoulders rolled back and down by the side of the spine. Noticing if you're holding with the buttocks and see if you can release that. And then take a breath in and breathing out with a really controlled movement, controlling through the core, feeling yourself easing back down to the floor. Coming up and down a few times in your own time, remembering to sort of roll the shoulders back, looking up a little if your lower back allows it, and then gently back down. So nice controlled movement. And holding it there next time you come up, holding it there, really making sure the legs and the buttocks are soft, the shoulders are back and down, and breathe. And as you exhale, feel the lower back releasing just a little bit more deeply into the posture. And then gently, gently back down. And I'd like you to come onto your elbows once more. And we're going to have a go at going into eagle arms in cobra. So we're going to take the left elbow across to the right side and then take the other arm over. So we're in eagle arms, just resting here in cobra, turning the hands away from you, coming up as high as you can. It's very dependent on the length of your arms. And breathing into the upper shoulders. And then change. Easing those out, crossing over the other way. Eagle arms in cobra. Garudasana arms with cobra for the rest of the body. Beautiful long breaths in and out. Nice. And then slowly undo that and come on up into cat. So easing yourself into cat posture. Hands below the shoulders. Spreading the fingers wide. Just checking in with the back as we find a nice stable posture. Drawing in through the core. Take a breath in. Breathing out. Tailbone tucks under. Drawing through the pelvic floor. Tummy button to the base of the spine. Chin comes down. And then softening through that. The elbows are gentle and not locked, lifting the head. Just feeling that flow. Noticing what the body would like to be doing right now, maybe moving a little back and forth if that feels comfortable for you. Aware all the while of the breath. Good. And then we're going to take that into tiger. And in tiger, sometimes I suggest that we extend the leg away. And this time we're going to keep the leg really bent as you bring it up, really flexed, and lift the knee up as much as you can with the foot very flexed. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the right knee into the head to the knee, and then flex the foot, perky feet, and bring the head up as if you're trying to touch the head and the foot together. Don't think you'll get anywhere near, but we can imagine that that's what we're doing. So with the in-breath, lifting, on the exhale, drawing everything back in, rounding the back. And maybe just paying attention to the shoulders. So rounding the shoulders forward as your head comes down and the knee comes in, and then rolling them back as you lift your head and the foot comes towards the back of your head. Controlling it through the core, just noticing how that feels for you. Stretch of the front of the thigh. Maybe some sensations in your left buttock. The movement of the right leg. And then gently down. Just have a pause. Breath in and out. And then we're going to take the body weight over to the right knee and do the same. So breathing in, breathing out. Knee and head come in. And then on the inhale, foot comes up. So there's lots of movement, considerations for the core, the spine. Good. So you can keep the knee a bit more bent, Louisa, as you come up. So it's really, that's it, that's nice. Good, you can feel the difference of through the hip flexor. Remembering to roll those shoulders back and forth, and that really enhances the movement. See the difference. Feel the difference that makes for you. Good. And then gently, when you're ready, easing yourself back, having a shake of the wrists. Strong on the wrists. Just circling the wrists around, giving them a shake, whatever they feel they need to do. Maybe having a roll the shoulders too. Just bringing the shoulders back. So we're going to come back into sitting and have both knees bent so that the left foot is sort of in touching the right inner thigh and the right leg is out. Lovely. Good. So we're going to just ease ourselves from side to side. As we go over to the left side, if your left foot is on your right leg, we're going to lift ourselves up. So it might be that you want to extend that right leg a little bit more just to give yourself an opportunity to do that. But first of all, we're going to go over to the right side. So just let the right hand slip down to the ankle and come over to the side. So you won't go very far, but you will feel a lovely stretch down the left side. Just relax that right shoulder a little. That's it, that's nice. And then take a breath in. The left hand comes down as you breathe out, extending through the right leg, and let the right arm come up and over. So a few breaths in and out like that. You're right, Michelle. Got cramp or something. And then ease yourself down and over. So the knee stays nice and soft. And then we're going over down the arm down the right side. So feeling that strong stretch. Sensing into that. And then take a breath in as we breathe out, extending that right leg away. Drawing in through the core, pressing the pelvis forwards a little maybe. Good, let's do that one more time on this side. Nice. And up and over. The pelvic floor is tight, really stretching past your ear. And then gently and slowly back down and change sides. So just finding the comfortable position for you, just watching your knees, extend the left leg away a little. Sitting up as tall as you possibly can. First of all, so contracting through the core, making sure the shoulders are nice and soft. And we're going to take the left hand down first of all and ease over to that side. So noticing the resistance and seeing if you can just release a little bit more. Come down that way and then gently allow the right hand to find the floor. Stretch out that left leg a bit more. Keep the left hip coming up to the ceiling so we're not sort of collapsing there. Well done, nice. Slowly down, soften that left knee a bit as we go through. Again. The left shoulder comes down, the elbow's nice and soft. Up. Stretching the leg away. You can go a little bit further this time. Noticing what's here for you as you move your body from side to side. Let's do it once more to each side. And then up and over. Then gently and slowly back down. Let's take the legs out in front of you. Just give them a little bit of a a shake with a massage. Good. A roll of the shoulders. Lovely. All right, we're going to bring ourselves back into cat just momentarily. And from there, we're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bring the left foot forwards as we go into an upright lunge. So just bringing yourself into a position where the left foot is forwards. If that is sore on that knee that's on the floor, you might want to put it on a cushion or blanket or something. And first of all, so starting with both hands on the bent the front knee, and see if you can take it forwards. Just feeling the shoulders down either side of the spine. Nice breaths. Making sure you're drawn in through the core. And then ease yourself back a little. Take both arms up past the ears. Breathing in, breathing out. Ease yourself forwards once more. Just notice how you have to really utilize the core to balance, to stay connected. Just checking in where the shoulders are, not round the ears, down either side. And then ease yourself back a little. Bring both hands together. And we're going to go into a little bit of a twist. So with your left foot forwards, as you are, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring your right elbow to the outer edge of your left knee and the left elbow up to the ceiling. Another breath in, and as you breathe out, turn to look at that left elbow. Sinking down into that posture as much as you possibly can. Really good twist for your thoracic spine. Taking the head round so that your neck is turning if that's comfortable for you. Good. And then gently and slowly ease yourself back. Coming into kneeling. And we'll repeat all of that on the other side. So bringing the right foot forwards. Making sure it's sort of still in line with the hip. First of all, both hands on the knee. Take a breath in. Breathing out. Ease yourself down. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Just feeling the stretch through the hip flexor on the left side and the core, and the role it plays in stabilizing you. Ease yourself back, both arms come up, breathing in and breathing out, keeping the back nicely straight as you sink down into this lunge. Drawing in, belly button to the base of the spine. The neck is beautifully free. You might want to just let your head bob around a little to feel into the sensations in the neck. And then ease yourself back. Bring the hands into prayer. Breathing in and breathing out, leaning forwards. Left elbow comes to the outer edge of the right knee. The right elbow comes up and you turn to look at that right elbow. Well done, Zoe. See if you can lunge forwards just a little bit more. Nearly there, Michelle. That's the right way round, yeah. Well done. Breathing. Just see if you can drop that pelvis down. Everyone, a little bit more. That's it, Karen. You got it. Good, beautiful twist. Nice. And then gently ease yourself out of that. Coming back into Vajrasana. There's a roll of the shoulders. Freeing of the neck. Side to side. And then we're going to come up to standing when you're ready. Gently one foot forwards and then the other. Just finding your way into mountain. So coming into a nice tall mountain posture. Really imagining that piece of string coming through the top of your head, lifting you into that space, rolling the shoulders back and down. Oh, the sense of the ground beneath you, the soles of the feet, the weight of the body going down through the feet and the toes. And as you really pay attention to the feet, noticing how the weight is distributed. Is there more going through one foot than the other? More in the heels, the sides, the toes. Maybe just having a little shift, a tiny movement back and forth and side to side to play around with this. Proprioception, this way of recognizing how the body is in relation to the earth. Finding the midpoint again, rather like hanging a plumb line down, just feeling the lengthening through the spine, the position of the head uplifted. And then gently, when you're ready, let's have a roll of the shoulders. You might want to open your eyes, the elbows up, back, and down. Oh, my triceps are really sore, scarifying my lawn over the weekend for the rake. Oh, getting all the moss and thatch out. And then one elbow and the other. Easing back and finding yourself going into a twist. I really like twisting in this movement. So taking your head, your upper body right way back. Fabulous. And then having a shake. So we're going to take the feet to a really wide angle apart. So one leg length apart, if that's possible. So let's just move the hips a little bit before we go into a forward bend. Just let the hips release, the hands just on top of the legs maybe, and just move the hips from one side to the other. Don't worry if there's a little bit of a click in your hips, that'll be nice. All right, so take the hands behind, breath in, breath out, press the pelvis forwards a little, and then softening through the knees as we go into a wide angle forward bend. Just let the head come down, give the head a shake, release into the neck, the shoulders. Deep breaths. Well, then let's keep the hands where they are and ease from side to side. So just bending through one knee, straightening the other leg, Doing the same, just side to side, nice and gentle. Core strong, so tucking your belly button to the base of the spine. And when you come back to the center, see if you can straighten the legs. It might be that you can walk your feet a little bit further apart. Hands on the floor if that's possible, maybe the elbows. So the lower you go to the ground, the easier it becomes. Just let the shoulders open, the spine extend. Just noticing what it feels like in the hips. And then just a little bit, walking the feet back towards each other, bending through the knees, having a wide angle as you come up to standing. So just gently, gently does it, coming up to standing. Good. And then we're going to take those feet back out again. So you might just creep them back out. And we're going to go into a twist from here. So you take the arms out to the sides. And the palms up and roll the shoulders back. Feel the shoulders coming down either side of the spine. And then gently take the left hand, the back of the left hand into the lumbar curve, the small of your back. Take a breath in as you breathe out, that straight arm coming down to your left foot. If you can, keep your left leg straight. If you need to bend through the knee, then do that. Take the shoulder and the elbow back of the left side and turn to look up to the ceiling and breathe. Drawing in through the core. And every time you breathe out, see if you can either straighten that left leg a little bit more, go into a twist, ease your body down towards your left leg. So your head is coming down towards the knee as the head turns to look. It's really feeling that beautiful twist throughout your spine, particularly your upper back. And then deep breath in as you ease yourself from that, and knowing that the transition is really important. Take both arms out, palms down to start with. And then turn the palms up, roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe have a couple of beautiful long breaths in and out, just re-stabilize yourself. Know that we're going to the other side, so that the right hand, the back of the right hand comes into the lumbar spine. Take a breath in, breathing out in a very controlled way. You're taking your left hand down towards onto your right foot. Notice where you get to. The knee might be bent or straight. Breathing in, breathing out. Just draw your body down towards the right knee and turning to look up at the elbow, which is coming back. And let gravity do the work, some of the work, in drawing you down to your leg. And twisting. Feeling the breath and how important the breath is in enabling you to twist. And this is not a static move. Keep straightening the leg a little bit more, bringing the body down, taking the shoulder back. That's it, Karen. Really nice. Just easing yourself around, making the most of this posture. Beautiful. Well done. And then as we start to come out of it, recognizing the transition is important so that you're drawing in through the core, taking the arms back out. Gently down. Nice. Well done. Let's just creep the feet in towards each other and then give them a shake. A little bit of a shimmy. Just let the shoulders, let the hips, the legs release. Drawing up nice and tall. Standing back in mountain, maybe closing your eyes and connecting back in with what's here for you in your body. Noticing the breath. The sensations in the legs, hips, back, shoulders, what it feels like to have twisted the spine in this way. We're going to take ourselves into tree. So starting with just taking your feet a little bit more apart, perhaps, so that you have a sense of real stability. Connecting in with the core, the tailbones coming down towards the floor, so that there's a sort of tilting of the pelvis, which really helps to give you some stability. And then when you're ready, taking your body weight over to the left. Just noticing what it feels like, knowing that you can go up through these stages. Whatever feels right for you, you might want to turn your foot over. And then maybe adopt a different arm position. So sometimes it's nice just to try something a little bit different. So normally we have the palms together and we're lifting up, but maybe being a bigger tree. My apple tree was just pruned a couple of months ago, and it's like a little goblet, or huge goblet. The trunk's about twice as wide as me. It's a huge apple tree. So just spreading your fingers. Shoulders are down. Feeling the leg working. Tummy button to the base of the spine. Aware of the breath. Just finding a fixed point. Bending down. Release into that. Coming back into posture. Maybe connecting in. Just considering the right foot before you gently ease your body weight over. Heel on the ankle, just to give you that sense of stabilization. And then when you're ready, bring the foot up. Whatever position feels right for you. Finding your space. The arm position. Drawing in through the core. And as you do that, feel the elevation, that tree growing up. Tummy's nice and tight. Feeling the stabilization of the breath in the body. Shoulders are down, engaged either side of the spine. Feeling the right leg working hard to keep you there. Beautiful. Well done. Gently and slowly down. Just having a little release and let the hands flop against the sides of the body. Perfect. All right, so we're going to go down onto the floor with the legs up the wall. So it might be that you move away from your screen completely, which is fine. Just following my instructions. So finding a wall, if you have one, that enables you to lie against it. If not, you'll have to go against the sofa or a bed or wherever you are. So your bottom's as close to the wall, skirting as you can possibly go. And just take a little bit of time to wriggle into a position where the shoulders are away from the ears, maybe just placing your hands on your belly and just starting with an extension of the hamstrings, pushing the heels up, bringing the toes down towards you. And some nice long breaths in and out. And then we're going to just place the feet firmly on the wall, the arms down by your side, shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to massage the back by pressing into the feet, just coming up onto the shoulders and then back down. So you can do this as gently or as firmly as you wish. Sometimes I think it's helpful if you need to feel a little bit of extra stabilization to place your hands on your thighs just to help to guide you up a little and back. It's up to you. Either hands on the legs or down by the sides. And you might hear some little movements and clicks and squelchy noises just as you work into your spine and just taking care of yourself, obviously. Noticing how your back is today as you ease yourself up and down. And then there's an invitation for you to take this as far as you wish. So you might want to bring your one leg up or both legs up. You might want to go into full plow or just modify it however you wish. So making use of this position with your legs up the wall, up the sofa. Just allowing yourself to really have a play with it all. That's it. Karen's got her legs up the door, which is good. All these improvisations. So yeah, just really listening to what your back, neck, shoulders need. And some of you might want to go into really strong posture. You can take your hands into your back as you allow the legs to come up. Just having, maybe placing the feet together, the knees out to the side. Always controlling the movements. Just doing what feels right for you. You're going all the way right over into plow, finding the feet on the floor behind you. Just taking care of the neck if that's what you're doing. And then gently and slowly, when you're ready, just let the feet, the legs come back up the wall, up the door, up the sofa, wherever you are. Just have some long breaths in and out. And then slowly easing yourself onto your back and with the legs down the wall, knees bent. Just taking your time to come back to your mat. Coming into semi-supine. Nice. Just give your head a bit of a wobble, shoulders a little bit of a wriggle about. You might have been going quite high up onto your shoulders, so just taking the tension out of there. And we're going to finish off with doing just a little bit more on the core. So you're keeping the feet on the floor parallel to the hips, just easing yourselves up onto your elbows. So you're just coming up onto your elbows. That's it. So you're just going to do a little bit more on the core. So bringing the right knee in and then straighten that leg away. Bring the knee in and straighten away. Drawing in through the core. If this is sore on your neck, you can do this obviously lying down. Just doing that 4 times on the one side, and 4 on the other. When you've done that, coming up onto your hands. Good. So we're going to go into boat, and we can do a modification of boat. You can do whatever you like. So starting off by just bending the elbows a little bit, bringing the feet up off the floor. Notice how that feels in your core. If you want to, you can bring one hand and then the other. Just keeping your knees bent. You'll find a place where you're working hard and you feel like you're tipping back and forth a bit. Keep breathing. And then hold on to the knees and gently roll yourself back. Give your knees a hug into your chest. Ooh, cross the ankles over and have a little rock from one side to the other. So just massaging into the lower back. Shoulders are nice and soft. Feeling the release in your core. Good. And then have a beautiful long stretch. Push the heels, bring the arms up. Oh, really lengthening through the body. Deepening the breath. And then just letting the arms come down. Noticing how your body's feeling as we start to make a decision as to how we're going to be in relaxation. So just thinking about what the body needs right now. It's really useful to tune in so we don't just go into what we always do, a familiar habit or pattern. It might be you want to try something a little different, maybe putting the feet up on the sofa again, or lying on your side, or even on your front. Of course, you can get into Shavasana. Just finding a comfortable position. Whatever that might be for you. Making sure you're warm. Oh, just feeling the breath. The sensations in the body. I'm going to read you a poem from a book called Impetus, No Cover Up. Somebody who did some training with us and then went on to write quite a few books of poetry and all sorts of prose. And this is called Another Way. It's time. Time to stop. To stop the poisonous talk. To stand still. To reach within. To kindly, boldly hold the inner trembling. To listen to the call of disquiet, the unease within. Stop now. Listen. Fearlessly open and expand. Feel yourself move towards ease. Allowing a pause, a gap, a moment is all it takes
to detour and access a new place, a different way, waiting to be woken up, waiting to be discovered. And as you lie here or sit, allowing the pause, the gap, the moment. Feeling into the stillness and quiet of your body. The peacefulness. And then gently deepening your breathing. If you feel it's time for you to start to move and having a wriggle, if you feel you'd like to stay just as you are, then please do. Stretch. Hugging of the knees, perhaps. And then easing yourself over onto your right side. And coming on up to sitting. Having a breath in, a lovely long stretch. Breathing out. And namaste. Thank you.